Hi. So we talked about the pencil tool, then the paintbrush tool. So you have three actually. You have the fluid brush tool, you have the classic brush tool, and you have the paintbrush tool. So if I click on paintbrush tool, you'll find that it is very similar to what we had in pencil tool. So you the difference between, say you draw something and when you select the difference between the two different brushes, and the component here is like you draw as fill, and if you don't select that, if you draw as normal, so if you go and select it with the selection tool, what you'll find is the difference between this. And what you can actually do is you can click on a part of it and you can move it. You can either move it like that, or you can go up and down arrow and left and right arrow. So you can see how you can select each point and make changes to your brush. So that is the difference between what do you call paintbrush tool and the fluid brush tool. We'll find out the difference. We'll see how that works. And if you are with a paintbrush tool, you have the thickness here the same way. If you look at if you change the size, you can see and depending on the size it will vary. So it's just similar to the pencil tool that you saw. So you have to experiment with it and see how it works. So each of these styles and width, scale will be very similar to what we saw in pencil tool. So same thing will apply here. You straighten it. So I go to normal. It will try its best to smoothen it. And if you're on ink, will do exactly what you have drawn. So these are some of the things that you have experiment with and try to get your effects and results that are there. This also uses pressure. These are the end points, end caps. So you can see the end caps, how the end caps work. So when you go to fluid brush, it is slightly different. And fluid brush is more like a fill, and it doesn't have those vector points. So it has other parameters like stabilizer, angle, taper, pressure. So if you change the size, you can see how it matters. And then increase the stabilizer. It tries to stabilize the drawing. You can see slight differences. And curve smoothing also. So they are very subtle differences. And you can see the roundness, the difference between this brush and how the roundness works. Command Z is always undoing it. So experiment with it, see how it works in different angles it creates. More like calligraphy. So this changes the shape of your brush. And then if you add curve and stabilizer, you'll find that your drawings get much better and smoother. So work with this and you'll find that these are the same as paint normal. This is paint normal, we are doing paint normal. And then say I change my color. Paint fill only. So it will only paint the area that is fill. It won't paint outside. Paints behind, that means it will only paint at the back of the object. Paint selected. So you have to actually select something. So you can see that because that is selected, it is only impacting that part of it. Paint inside is basically, it won't paint anything outside. So this will change the brush size based on the pointer's velocity. So here is your velocity, and velocity means the speed that comes in, and this is for pressure. So brush is quite versatile depending on how you want to work with it. So I'm doing paint normal, so you can see that. And if you have stylus, then it becomes very easy to work with. So remember all these parameters and these sliding choices that you have, and you have to look at the drawing mode. Then you have the different ways you're drawing. Then you can lock the drawing mode. So, and then here you have the brushes based on pointers, velocity, and this is with pressure. Hope that helps. Thank you so much.